Well, good morning to my Facebook friends and the Descendants of American Slaves. I wanted to come at you live today, just for a few minutes, share with you what's on my heart. And first off, I want to say happy holidays to everybody. This is the season to be joyous, and so I am that, and I hope you are too. But I want to talk about what has happened here just in the last few days and why I did it. I filed a charge against the United States Department of Justice, or the United States, charging them with crimes against humanity on behalf of the descendants of American slaves. Not black, not African American, but the American slave culture. You see, America breeded a culture. American slavery was a business. Let's just get real. It wasn't personal, it was strictly business. America needed some slaves to build this nation, and so she created a culture. She created laws. In order for this culture to exist, everybody had to go along with it. And so they brought individuals over here and they bred them. Slavery was strictly a business. And many of us don't understand, but our history is tied to Liverpool, England. Liverpool, England sent 400,000 slaves to the Americas, the United States. They wanted the cotton. They needed somebody to pick the cotton. But slavery was a business. Let's get that straight. And so America owes the American slave culture, the descendants of American slaves. Not black, not African American. I keep saying that because, see, black is a color. It is a description. It's an adjective. It's not a culture. It's not a nationality. It's not a race. It's not even a noun, person, place, or thing. So we've been hoodwinked. And so people that are lacking in knowledge will go along with everyone, but I'm not. And I want to educate our group. We're going to have to learn, unlearn, then relearn. Now, African American is a United States immigration term for the whites and blacks that were born on the continents of Africa, that has come to the United States legally. And they haven't gone back home. They have nationalized. They came over here to make some money and to take some money back to their country. That's that hustle, and I'm not with that. I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about us, Americans, because my great-great-granddaddy was born on a plantation down in St. Martinville. I done walked on the plantation. And so we are Americans. We are the descendants of American slaves. And America has had no other child but the slaves, and she's been a deadbeat parent to her firstborn and to her descendants. So we're going to get that right. And so legally now, the charge has been put in, and I've gone the back doorway. Thank you, Mr. President Obama. Because, see, now we don't have to go through the court system. We can go right to the justice system. And so a 790-plus page document was filed a couple days ago. And so officially it went in. They received it. Now, having said that, it has to be answered on behalf of the American slave culture. Not black, not African American. And here's the reason why I did it. Number one, to get the U.S. American legal system to confront the slavery cover. Number two, to formally admit to the wrong of slavery. Number three, to declare all descendants of American slaves free in writing. Until this happened, the American slaves will continue to be legally, mentally, and morally enslaved. To be legally and truly free, the descendants of slaves must have a written declaration outlining their freedom. This must be backed up by a certification by acceptable constitutional program which will guarantee that freedom. Deceiving the American slaves into thinking they were free without devising a plan to assimilate them into mainstream America wasn't emancipation. It was the biggest miscarriage of injustice in America. And right now, it's being covered up. It's being deliberately disregarded. And see, that ain't going to happen on my watch. And so I want everyone to engage with us. I want you to join the From Slavery to Success to Empowerment Network. That's our vehicle. We now have our own platform, our own social media platform where we can now control the narrative, and we can now be more, do more, and have more. We have the vehicle in place. Now, here's what I want, the bottom line for us. Number one, for the descendants of American slaves to be set up as a protected class just like Native American. They don't pay taxes. We shouldn't have to pay taxes. Secondly, I want us to put on the 2020 census. There's $500 billion that are being set aside for the 2020 census, and the descendants of American slaves need to be on that 2020 census. The third thing is to establish a Truth and Restoration Commission, and I want the Center of the International Center of Transitional Justice to head up this Truth Commission, because this is what they do. And fourth, I want the U.S. government to pay for that commission. And five, and they act on the recommendation with good faith and implement their recommendation. I ain't talking about reparation. If we do these several things here, America will give reparation to its firstborn descendant. And President Obama, I've tried to reach you several times and you don't want to talk to me, but that's okay. You're going out. But I have launched the charge. They're going to have to answer it. And if you don't answer it, the president-elect going to have to answer it. We're going to get this thing done on our watch. We've been off course. And I know as a pilot, you can be 1/10 of a degree off course. You will not arrive at your destination. And we're on course now because we've got the right thought. Legally and blood right, the American slave culture has birthrights here to the United States. And we're not going to let you get off on this one. We're going to stay on top of this here. And I need all you to get involved. Those are listening, that are watching, join the From Slavery to Success Empowerment Movement, because we're going to deal with the PTS, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. We're going to fix this on our watch. We're going to go down here in the soul realm and address this thing so that you can be made whole. Now, I'm saying this to say, get involved. It is your turn and it's your time. Go out to www.fs2se.com and join today. We have flipped the script here in 2016, and we're going to balance the scales here in 2017. The legal system is going to have to deal with this here. They're going to have to acknowledge the cover-up of slavery and the continual disregard of America's firstborn culture. I gotta go. Some of us have to work for a living. Peace and blessings. Happy holidays to you. And 2017 is going to be the best year for us. Love y'all. Later.